All right, welcome back. The city of Tshwane is threatening heavy fines for illegal electricity and water connections. Consumers face penalties of up to 10 million rand if they've missed the amnesty deadline. Well, the city gave transgressors 2 months to put things right, but now it's clamping down. So for more on this, I'm now joined by Tshwane Finance MMC, Mr. Peter Sutton, just to give us an update of where they are in terms of clamping down on those illegal connections. Mr. Sutton, thank you for your time and good morning to you. I remember we had this conversation before where you were giving Tshwane residents an opportunity to come forward, take accountability with their transgressions and forfeit a fine, which they might have to pay up to 10 million rand, which I understand now the deadline has come. Have you received, people coming in? Have you seen more residents coming in to actually come up and disclose their transgressions?
Absolutely, we did. Thank you. We ran the amnesty from the 1st of August until the 30th of September. Halfway through September, we had about 500 applications, and we ended by the 30th of September with close to 1,500 applications for the amnesty.
So now that the deadline has come up, I mean, how many people are we talking about here that still haven't come forward and may have these fines to pay?
Well, look, it's obviously we don't know. All we know, we have huge electricity losses, and from that we can see. So we're busy assessing the applications we got now. We're normalizing them. We'll see what impact that will make on our revenue collection and our recoupment of our electricity usage. But yes, we will now go out. And we will now go and, the system will tell us where there are problems. We will go and pinpoint those. And where we do find transgressors, we will take the full action that we need to take.
You spoke just briefly about the impact of these illegal connections. To what extent was it a burden to the city of Tshwane?
Absolutely. We under-collect our electricity. You know, Tumelo, the problem we have with our Eskom account. And partly the problem with the Eskom account is that we're not recouping the electricity that we're buying from Eskom. So we buy, we sell, but then obviously there's a portion of illegal connections that people don't pay for. And that's costing a city what we roughly estimate about 450 to 500 million rand a year. It could be a lot more, but we can't, it's very difficult to quantify it exactly if you don't know exactly what you're dealing with. So we base that on what we are buying. We're hopeful that the 1,500 amnesty applications we'll get now is going to make a significant impact on our revenue collection. So in other words, when we normalize these accounts, people have now used this opportunity for the amnesty. We're forgiven. We're moving on. We will get them to start paying their account as per the agreement. And we're hopeful and we're confident that's going to make a significant impact on our revenue collection on an annual basis. But obviously, we still need to continue to recoup and investigate where we are losing revenue in terms of illegal connections and other matters.
Yeah, and I mean, Peter, as you continue to try and recoup these this money, what other preventative strategies do you have in place to, almost encourage Tshwane residents to avoid illegal connections, to avoid, taking bribes, even those who are working internally with you as not only government, but within, organizations, institutions that have to reconnect this electricity, taking bribes from residents? Is there a strategy in place to prevent this from occurring?
Absolutely. We have multiple strategies, and we have made a number of arrests so far with people illegally reconnecting people. So not on the resident side, but now on the individual and official side and contractor side who are facilitating these illegal connections. We hope more arrests will be made. But I think what you're saying, Tumelo, is so critical because there's such a culture embedded in this dishonesty, and we actually have avenues available to assist people. Where people have a problem, we understand the economic circumstances. We understand that people battle out there. We have affordability assessment committee where we can legally take them through a process, obviously under certain terms and conditions, to write off a portion or the full amount of outstanding debt. We have an indigent program where people can apply for free basic services where they can't afford. We can always help people, and we encourage people to come and speak to us. But we have multiple avenues that we are looking at. We obviously clamping down on the internal abuse of the system to steal. And I think a case in point for me was the other day I received a phone call from somebody who asked me for assistance with a 110,000 Rand account. And the irony of the matter is, I obviously said to him, we'll help him. He can come through. We have the affordability assessment, everything I mentioned to you now.
Right.
And the person was quite taken aback when he asked me, so how much does he have to pay me? And when I explained to him, there's no money involved here. This is a service. You don't have to pay anyone. This is a service of the municipality. He was actually quite taken aback, and almost as if this can't be real. How can you offer assistance and you don't want anything in return? And that's the irony of the matter. We need to change that. Residents do not have to pay any individuals or anyone else except their municipal account, and that's the message we need to get out there.